Greetings and salutations everyone. Welcome to a different video, I guess. Basically, recently I've been watching Cod Zombie's videos, as one does, and I saw, what was his name? Was it Dalek JD? No, it was Mr. T-Lexify. But he was reacting to people's videos of, just people wanking the Cod Zombies maps in general. I saw some of the ones that he liked, the ones that he disliked. No, Jay. But I figured if that's the sort of thing he's doing, it'd be kind of funny to see his reaction on this, and if not, then, I get the ranking out there. So I'm going to have a bit of a crack at, just ranking the zombies maps based on how much I love them. It can be things from Easter eggs to how difficult the map is, to just overall fun in solo and multiplayer. I was going to show footage of me playing the maps, but as I got about to recording Cold War maps, the Cold War servers weren't working, so I won't have footage to accompany the maps. But we're talking about based on difficulty, and in the case of other games like Infinite Warfare, Ghost and that, I will be ranking those ones as well. There are some that I haven't played, but they're just going to be put in. They're not going to be put in haven't played. I'm going to leave them until the very end, because they all kind of fall under the same category, so I'm going to put them there anyways. But let's get things started. Beer 1 Moon. That's a tough one. I like the Black Ops 3 version, the Black Ops 1 version, not so much. Because if you die on BO1 Moon, you're done. Like, if you die and bleed out, or if you don't have enough points to get your perks back, you're not going to recover. You might as well just leave the game and go look for another lobby or something. I'm going to put it into, like, it's either bad or could be better, I'm thinking. I don't know which one to really put it in. I'm going to put it in bad, because the BO3 version fixes a lot of issues with it. The only thing BO1 Moon has over BO3 is the fact that PhD exists in Black Ops 1, and even then, having an explosive weapon in Moon is actually a bad thing, so it doesn't help it in the long run. It's just something that you play BO1 Moon, you're probably not going to play it that much again. I love BO1. Black Ops 1 is fantastic, and I will always love it. But I think BO1 Moon is probably a really bad example of a final map. Next is Nocturne Turn. I'm going to rank these just in the order appear on the tier list. We'll send them to scroll down constantly, because that's something that bothered me during the Noah J video. He kept scrolling down just to be like, ooh, random map. You could have just ranked them in order. But BO1 Nocturne Totem. Right. This is something that is a bit of a strange topic, because Mr. T-Lexify, he loves Nocturne Tone, and I love it as well. It is the first zombies map in existence, so you can't hate it. It's the first map. The first map is always going to have issues. And it's the same argument with Pokemon. With, like, any first-in franchise, like with Pokemon Red and Blue, people say it's the best. It's not. It has issues. It's the same with Nocturne Tone. It has issues. There's only 3 rooms. In the BO1 version, you can't pack a punch. I'm going to put it in the could be better, because all it has really is Mule Kick. And Mule Kick doesn't... Well, Black Ops 1 Mule Kick was bad. Let's face it. It was bad. Next up is BO1 Verworked. And I will be honest, Verworked is my favourite World of War map. So I want to put it near perfect, but I'm not going to, because the BO1 version after like round 30, round 40, you're just stuck up running laps and just activating the traps. So I'm going to put it in good. It's fine enough, and I might lower these later on, because I might just put it into could be better, because there's not really much. You have all the perks plus Mule Kick. You can camp in certain corners with some weapons like the crossbow and that, and you could be fine for a while. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put it in could be better. I just realized Winter's Howl's in it. That takes it down a notch. I'm sorry, but there is other versions of the work that are better. is just fine. It could be better because of the winter's howl. Mostly just that. Next up is Shino Numa. Shino Numa is a bit of an odd one for me. I don't like the World of War version because of glitches people keep mentioning, like the infinite damage glitch and that. So I know the World of War version is probably going to go into could be better, maybe very bottom of could be better. If not, then maybe bad. Because of the infinite damage glitch. This is coming from someone who started off with World of War. I started with World of War and played all the way to where it is now. There are maps I haven't played, but that's because they didn't deserve a chance. And those maps will be ranked accordingly as well. But BO1 Shino I think is actually quite good. You get the Wonder Waff in that, I think. You have dog rounds and all that. So it's quite handy. I do think there is a glitch in the BO1 version. I can't remember it. If not, then it's a near glitchless map because there's probably still glitches being found to this day. So it's probably the most balanced of the maps in this. But we'll see. But I'm ranking it good for now. Like, I could put all the BO1 versions in could be better because the BO3 versions are going to be better. And that's true. But I'm just not going to because, fine. Like, I would, if I was just ranking these maps based on the BO3 versions, then they're all being good, you know? That's what it would be. But no about that. We'll go with Derice. Now, Derice is a fun map. Everyone knows it, everyone loves it. You can start on the catwalk with a Wonder Waff or any weapon, go through some high rounds. I'm trying to remember what my highest round is on a Black Ops 1 version. I think it was around 76, if I had to guess. I won't say what my highest round is on all these maps, but I think BO1 knocked was 50 something because there is a glitch in the BO1 knocked where you can sit under where the grenade wall by and zombies can't hit you. And I think I died because I ran out of ammo, which is like, okay, well I have to die. Something like that. BO1 Derice, I'll put in good. Above Shino, I think. I prefer the aesthetic of Derice, and I don't think it has any glitches in it. It's been forever since I played BO1, and I want to get BO1 on PC, but I can't justify it. Because I have BO3, so the only DLC I would get for BO1 would be the one with Call of the Dead in it. Which I had to rank that later at some point, which is for some reason not there. I might have to add it. But let's start with Transit. People hate Transit, and it's all for the same reasons. I don't think it's one of the worst maps in existence. That only goes to basically in the haven't played tier, which I'll name at the very end, when I'm going to rank all the maps that I haven't played, or the maps I despise. I think Transit should go and could be better behind Nocta. There are complaints, people don't like the denizens, people don't like waiting for the bus, people don't like using teleports, people don't like the jet gun for good reason. Yes, all of that is true, but all of those issues can be avoided. You could get set up on round 1, and there's so many cool things in the map. Like, you would think they would just be a death barrier in the fog. No, they put actual buildings and stuff in the road, which is quite cool. If it wasn't a Gary Master, I think you would have to make it so you can make the bus move quicker by using the Galvan Knuckles or something. Or pay points to make it leave the station early. Transit can be better. I don't think it's the worst map in BO2. I honestly don't. That goes to another map in BO2. It's just, I think Transit is just not underrated, just hated because it's the map to hate on. I think it could be better. I think there's some quality of life issues that could be fixed, like choosing where you teleport when you use the lamppost. The Easter egg is kind of easy. I will talk about Easter eggs briefly, but not go crazy about it. But, you know, that's just a sort of thing. Like, Transit, every complaint people have, they could fix. My only complaint is the jet gun being just awful. It's just bad. Of course, there are some memories of transit I have, like, I remember the EMPs came out. Every time there was a point or every time there was someone that wouldn't revive people and we came back the next round, I'd get EMPs and make that person lose all their perks and they'd die instantly. Or I'd stop them from getting weapons in the box, which I just like. You know, it's just good. I'm surprised Grief isn't ranked here, but I guess there's a reason Grief isn't ranked because no one plays Grief. There's like 2 people on PlayStation, I think, to play it, and they don't even get to go against each other because you need full teams. But we'll go with Buzz Depot next. It's bad. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put in worst maps in COD history because when I first played BO2, I did like Bus Depot Survival, but it is incredibly bare bones. It's just you, quick revive, and a couple of weapons in a box, which is the same as Knock, technically. Actually, it'll actually just be put back in bad. The thing that if you can train zombies is a map you can just get infinite rounds on. It just takes forever to get to whatever round you want because you don't pack. If you can camp in the corner, you can buy Gavin Knuckles in there as well, I think, by the lava. If I remember. I know that my old school strategy to get to my house round, which would be round 31, would be camping by where the lava is. Like just outside the bus station. There's a little sort of alcove where zombies took one specific path, they took the side of the lava to walk across. Which is quite handy if we can get to round 31 on that. I didn't talk about what my house round is other maps either. BO1 moon is like 20 something, I think. If not then 40-ish. The work to be 40 to 60-ish. Shino Numa, 162, I think, on BO1 Shino, and DeVries, pretty similar. A little bit less than Shino, surprisingly. But yeah, Buzz Depot got to round 31, I think. But not bad. I will go to Farm next. I'm gonna put it above Buzz Depot, I guess. There's no lava in it, and I do actually like going around that map with an Olympia. If I'm just feeling sort of cheeky, I guess. I think my highest round was only 70 on. I think I only gave it a couple tries, and then was like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. Because it's BO2 farm. You know, what can be explained about it? You do have all the perks, so it's up above Bus Depot because it's kind of like Knocked, except people hate on Bus Depot. Bus Depot was the first ever zombies map. People would say is you can't hate it. That's kind of the difference. Like Bus Depot and Knocked are basically the same map. If it was a Knocked, you expect it to be the way it is because it's the first map. You know, you're in a creepy torn down building and you're trying to stop zombies from getting in. Like it's just you with a gun, it's great. But Farm is just the work of Black Ops 2. Pretty much is. You go as far as you can, but Vork is 10 times better than Farm because Vork has traps, so you can get to whatever round you want. In Farm, once you stop doing damage, you're done. Because if you have a wall weapon, which I think there's only like 1 in the map, if not just 2, you have a very high chance of getting cornered to buy ammo for it. That's simply the way it is. But, you know, it's BO2 farm, and that's kind of the only way I can describe it. It's just bad. Next up is BO2 town. Well, it's obviously the best of the survival maps, and I'm going to put it in the good. I think just above, well, not just above BO1 work, it just kind of is like that for now. Is a big enough survival map. You can get a team of 4 and you can all have someone to keep zombies in your own little area. That's kind of thing that Bus Depot and Farm don't have. If you can't play a 4-player, like you just can't, because you're always going to run into someone else on these 2 maps. But with BO2 Town, you could have someone up by a jug, someone could run in the middle, someone could keep themselves in the bar, like 2 people could stay in the bar and that, which is quite fun. Highest round on town for me though was round 39, I think. Now it's honestly just from, bare bones survival strategies back in the day. Which, was great. I can't say much about it. It has all the perks. It has Tombstone. It has Pack-a-Punch. Plus, if you're on the Grief version of town, you can mess with the other team so much. And that's why I want footage, because I did have a very old video. I don't think it's on this channel. It was on my very old one, where the enemy team on Grief were constantly shooting us. They were constantly shooting us. They were trying to constantly steal kills. But there were a couple of good memories from that map where, in Grief, there was one guy that came up, tried to steal kills from a window in where Jug is. So me and another teammate just stood right next to him at the window, and he was stuck. The zombie just sat there and just clawed him, which is funny. And he didn't even kill the zombie because I think when I have ammo, which is brilliant. Of course, EMP people's box bins and that. In Grief, like honestly, I would say if it wasn't for the other Grief modes being bad, then Grief probably would have come back in some other form. As I said before, like trolling pointers and that on BO2 Town with the EMPs and that is just a lot of fun. Because you can go around, steal all the kills and it won't matter, because if you have EMPs, you can just stop their box bins, you can turn off their perks. Like, it's just a fun map in general. And I'll say it's nearly the best map. In fact, you know what, I'm actually gonna... I don't think it's near perfect. But I put it above Shino. Nah, I'm gonna put it behind Shino and Deris, I think, because I don't know. There's lava in it, but the lava's not that much of an issue, so I don't know. It just feels right in this spot. But next up is Nuketown from BO2, which for some reason people think is middle of the road. I'm putting it near perfect. Yes, the random perks is annoying, but if you don't get what you want, deal with it. I'm going to be honest, my highest round, and my first ever round 50 at the age of 12? When did BO2 release again? I think it was 12 or 15 when BO2 came out. Like, genuinely, like, back in the day, my highest round on Nuketown was around 59. That was on a school day as well. I stayed up all night to get that, and it was all in one fame. Of course, you can say that's just a perfect scenario, but honestly, I actually got Jug last on that one. So I just shredded Nuketown, but I think it's great. Random perks can be annoying, but by that logic, Shino Numa should be one of the worst maps in COD history. So I would say Nuketown does what Shino Numa does, just better. Of course, yes, Nuketown is overrated in multiplayer. I think it is the most overrated multiplayer map of all time as a zombies map. I think it's near perfect. There's a couple of things that they could do with it. Like having more perks, I believe would be quite a good option. Maybe some better one areas. Or I think like in a Grief... Was there a Grief version of Nuketown? If there was, they should have separated town into two sections. And both teams survive in their own section. Obviously one side would be better for one, but that's why they can just copy and paste the houses for Grief mode. So they have the same houses with some cool running areas like by where the buses and that. It would be quite good. But I think it's a great map. And generally I just think it's great. And I don't know why people think it's middle of the road when it's not a bad map. And it's not middle of the road either. I would put it in perfect, but it's just a couple maps I think are way better. But next up, we'll go with World of War, Noctua, and Totem. This is a tough one because it's the first map in existence. And if I put it behind Transit, people are going to lose the nut. But I don't think it's on par with BR1 Noctua. I honestly don't think it's better than Transit. So, honestly, I think we'd better go into not ranked. Because here's the thing, BO1's version is better. BO1's engine is more fun, just better weapons than BO1 in my opinion, the thunder gun and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in it could be better, because it gets improved upon in future installments, and I'm putting it behind Transit, and before people lose an RB, it's also ahead and behind of Transit. Plus it's the World of War version. The World of War guns suck. Okay? Back in the day they were great, but the old school strategy on World of War Noct was just get the LMG and the shotgun and just camp by the grenades. Like, you could say I should rank it higher than BO1 Noct because it's not a glitch in the World of War version. Like, it's first map in existence. Actually, no, I'll put... Actually put these two here. Yeah. Fixed. Right. Yeah. I would say that's kind of fixed to a degree. Yeah, I think that's better actually. And don't worry, if Mr. T-Lex doesn't like this list, I really don't care. But I do want to see what the action is, but I think this works. All the BO1 maps are good. Obviously, they're ranked based on their versions. Like, obviously, BO2 Town is ahead of Worked because it's Pack Punch and all the perks. Worked is ahead of Noct because Fame is all the perks. BO1 Noct is good. Like, I'm not someone who likes to say, yes, the first ever map is always the Holy Grail because without the stuff won't exist. Because by that logic, you might as well rank everything on this. By that logic, I should find the first ever video game in general and say it's the best zombies map. Because if it wasn't for that video game in general, video games would become a fame. So zombies won't exist at that point. So I would say that this works. BO1 Noct, highest round is 30-ish. I think, obviously, my BO1 Noct is higher because of the glitch. It's good for someone that does these tricks and plays hardcore, but I also started using glitches in that when I was younger. But next up is Die-Wise. Bad. The biggest threat in zombies should be the zombies. Not ledges, not random fall damage when you have to make the jump onto the mattress from in between the buildings. Die-Wise is bad. People like to hate on Transit because Transit's here, but people don't seem to realize that Die-Wise is bad. It actually is. And if someone falls off a ledge of Who's Who in multiplayer, they come back, they have nothing. They have a pistol and 500 points, whoop-de-doo. I like using the what's it called, the trampoline and that. And then of course you're just stuck with Fire Witch. People will say they don't like when Stick Fire is nerfed, but no one likes anything got nerfed. I think about when Die-Wise came out, people got around 100 so easily. I'm not one of those people because I didn't know how to build a Stick Fire until like a couple of weeks after Die-Wise came out. Because I was relatively new to DLC and searching up guys in that at that time, I didn't really start doing these eggs as well until Call of the Dead. And of course, BO2 was after Call of the Dead. But did I ever do? I did do Die-Wise Easter eggs back in the day. I never got all of the Easter eggs done. Actually, wait, I did. I got every Easter egg done in BO2 apart from Origins. And to this day, I still haven't done Origins Easter egg, but that's because I never had the motivation to do it. That's what it is. Yeah, but BO2 had issues when it came out, still has issues to this day. Biggest threat in zombies should be the zombies, not falling off a ledge or trying to make a jump and the game kills you anyways, even if you make the jump perfectly. As for the Easter egg, I remember nothing about it, but I hate the Magenta and stuff I know that much. And that's kind of it, really. That's all I can say about Die-Wise, because I think it's, just bad in general. Like, if I boot up BO2, there's other maps I would play. Would I put it above Bus Depot and Farm? I would put it above Bus Depot. I would put it ahead of Farm. But it's not going above BO1 main. Because at least any issues in BO1 main, like suffocating, can be avoided. But if you have to make a jump, to the mattress from in between the buildings by where you build the trample steam. If you land on a mattress and still die anyways, you can't exactly avoid that. You'd have to get Husu, and then guess what? You have to make that jump again because you'll respawn back where Husu is. So you have to make the jump again and hope you don't die. And then when you revive yourself, you don't have your perks. Plus Husu's a bad perk. It just is. But next up, Mob of the Dead. Need I say more? It's got the best setting and the best side characters in zombies, being the 4 prisoners from Alcatraz. Oh yeah, my highest round on Die Right is like 20 something. I've never bothered to go for high round it. But Mob of the Dead is number 1 on this list. It doesn't matter what you guys say, it's the highest on this list. You have the Blunder Gap. You have the Easter egg, which is fantastic. You do have a difficult boss, but you've also got the Tomahawk. You've got fantastic one areas. You've got the Tommy gun, which is fantastic. And let me tell you guys a story about BO2 Mob of the Dead. It's the first Easter egg I fully stayed and did the Easter egg for. I did do Call of the Deads before Mob of the Dead, but I wasn't the one to search up the Easter egg and did any of the steps. But for Mob of the Dead, my 2 teammates, which were my dad and a friend of his back in the day, every time we tried the Easter egg in Mob of the Dead, they were drunk. So I did all the steps, did all the setup. We got to the final step. We had to go to a bridge and there's a standoff on round 49. Yeah, an Easter egg that really should have just only been done by like round 10. We end up having it done by round 49 because guess what? Having 2 drunk teammates didn't help when they would just keep killing the last zombie. But guess who was Weasel? No, it wasn't me. It was my dad. At the end of the Easter egg, after all that effort, I finally got the honor of shooting him in the face. It was just one of my favorite Easter egg. I have a lot of issues with it. But Mob of the Dead, favorite map of all time, is not going any lower than number 1. No matter what people say. Oh, but this map is better. No, Mob of the Dead is the best. And that's the way it's staying. Buried. This is a bit of a tricky one. As someone who's done the Easter egg on it, I think the Easter egg is actually kind of okay. In terms of a difficult map, I think it's really easy. For multiple reasons. The fact is, the quickest map on BO2 to get all your setup on round. It's like, you can go all your setup on round 1 in like 10 seconds, basically. I do like some of the secrets in it. The whole trick of the time bomb to get multiple perks. Or get people points with the time bomb. The hammer being a viable wall weapon on that map, but you had to be quick about it. Was also fun. But at the same time, there's so many glitches in it. You can do a glitch in the courthouse to get stuck in a wall and zombies can't hit you. You can get on top of a tree and you can't take damage. The paralyze is a fun weapon, but if you have to paralyze it and know of these glitches, then it's the easiest map of all time. My highest round on it is actually around 79 or 82. I think it's 82. But that's because back in the day I did use glitches, so I'm going to put it in good. It's got a great saying, being underneath a giant oil rig in an abandoned town. But I can't put it near perfect because of how easy it is with the glitches in that. Like, I just can't. My brain will not let me. So I'm going to put it in good above Deweese. I think it's better than Deweese. By a good margin. Well, BO1 Deweese at the very least. And that seems to be, that's where I think it belongs. Next up is Origins now. I don't have as much of a connection to Origins as everyone else does. So it's a tricky one to rank. People say it's perfect. I don't think it's perfect. Not by any stretch of the means, but that's obviously because every experience I've had it hasn't been good. Of course, it'd be 2 origins. So I'll put it in good. But behind towns for the BO2 version, because the BO2 version. BO3 version I think is great, so I rank BO3 version separately. But next up, Extinction, the only one I did play was Point of Contact, but I don't consider that zombies, so let's make another tier. Can I make a new tier? And row below. And yes, it is. This one's just going to be called Not Zombies because Extinction isn't zombies. Point of Contact. Nah. And I already played Point of Contact, but these aren't zombies. They just aren't. Now, Advanced Warfare, there are maps I haven't played on it. But we'll go World of Warcraft next. So World of Warcraft. I'm gonna use the same logic as World of Warcraft and Tone, it just could be better. And that's where I think it belongs. Obviously the BO1 version is better. BO2 version, good. It innovated quite a lot and introduced perks for the first time. So great. And of course it does have a creepy atmosphere, but the BO1 version is above it because BO1's version is just better in general. Next up, BO3 because I'm not ranking Advanced Warfare just yet. I think Shadows is good. They paid a lot of attention to it. I gave the whole secret, you have the secret gobble gum and all sorts of different secrets in the map. You have the game straight up telling you what a perk is. You have the sword which you can build, which is quite good. It's quite fun to build, although I only ever built it once. Only at highest round of World of Warcraft. 7. I didn't play that much of World of Warcraft because back in the day I just played Noct. And then after BO1 came out, I never got DLC for World of Warcraft until like 2018, and even then I would play the. Actually, no, World of Warcraft I'm actually going to put in haven't played. I don't think I've actually legitimately played it. Yeah, I don't think I have played it, but that's where we'll go. So I'll say that I don't have a highest round on it. If I do have one, it's 7. I don't remember if I do or not. I was only given one try and it was like, yeah, BO1 worked this, why would I play this? The Giant. Well, it's obviously higher than Fane. Where is it? Where did I put Buried again? Oh, it's there. Well, obviously the Giant is going to be above the race. That much is certain. I'm going to put it near perfect. It's a very fun map, but it's also a very easy map. And of course, it's on BO3. BO3 is just fun in general. So I'm going to put it near perfect because I don't think it's perfect. I think they could have added some stuff to it to make it an even better map. But honestly, it's just a coat of paint on the race. But that's how it'll be. Wait, is Ascension not here? I don't think Ascension is there. No. Dies in dark. Right. People are definitely going to hate me for this. It's not perfect. It's above the Giant, but behind Nuketown. It's way too easy for my liking. Get the lightning bow and you can make it around 100. Simple as. The lightning bow is just OP. And because the map is easy, doesn't make it perfect. As you guys can tell right now. For me, I like difficulty in zombies, but in Dies in Dark, if I have the lightning bow, I'm set. I've made it to round 100. They might as well just skip the rounds. So I don't think it's near perfect. My highest round in it is like 80 to 90-ish because of the lightning bow. You get the lightning bow, you get alchemical pieces, and there you go. And then you can use other gobble gums to skip rounds and that. So it's not it's not perfect. It's above buried, in my opinion, because I do like obviously the story's better in Rise and Dark than it is buried. That's simply how it is. It's just a thing. It's just Black Ops 3 I like, but it's also too easy. It's both at once. It's a fair balance of both, but I like a challenge. It's just a tricky thing to describe. Rise and Dark is just way too easy. The only tough part of it really is the Easter egg, like the boss fight for me. And even then there's another step after it that you have to do, which is just, it's just Simon Says, which you should have just had it be up to the boss fight, then you kill the boss and that's it. I have done the Easter egg before. I haven't done every BO3 Easter egg. I never got Shadows done because you need 4 people for it. Actually, wait, yeah. Thinking about it. Huh. I did get the solo version of Shadows Easter egg done. Yeah, I'm actually going to lower Shadows. I'm putting it behind Nuketown. But above Rise and Dark. And I might actually move Nuketown to number 2 on the list. I'm not sure just yet. The reason Shadows is now near perfect is because you need 4 people to do the Easter egg. Which kind of bothers me a lot. I don't know. If I was making it based on Easter eggs, then Shadows would probably be and could be better. I'll leave Shadows in perfect. But I don't like Shadows Easter egg. Because you need 4 people to do it and you can never get 4 people. That's something that bothers me. If you need a full team to do the Easter egg, then those 4 people should have specific steps required to them. It shouldn't be that you get to the end of the Easter egg like, oh, you all should zap this thing. Like, honestly, one thing Cod Zombie needs is a mode called Easter egg, where you click it and everyone has specific Easter egg steps that they need to know. We could all pick a character, so something like one of you guys picks Richtofen, and the person that picks Richtofen has to know Richtofen's steps to do the Easter egg done. And make us, if you don't do the Easter egg by a certain round, then it's game over. I feel like that's something that COD kind of needs. But Rise and Dark is just too easy, in my opinion. We'll leave it there. Zestibo, if we're talking Easter egg, very easy Easter egg, if you know what you're doing. I don't remember anything about it, I just got it done once. Like, you get the cog if you go in the elevator and you kill the boss. Pretty simple. I'm going to put it in good. And I might go to the top of good. Actually, aesthetic, I don't think the spiders are fun, but actually no, it goes behind buried, it will go behind. Why is origins there? Oh, hold up, let me fix this. Do that. Although I think I'm gonna have to move buried. I don't think buried is better than origins. This? Yeah. I know you could say I can't change during the list, but it's my list, my rules. Actually, I might put BO2 beta, but BO2 origins. Gotcha. Move that back. So it's spoken good there. My main issue with... Well, I don't have an issue with Zestibo. My highest round... Well, the highest I ever was willing to go to is around 56, I think. Because you can get the Wonder Weapon, and if you get all the cars, you can go down the elevator, and you have a perfect spot just to camp. And if zombies get too close, you can just use the elevator to escape. So, kind of easy in that regard. It uses gold as well, but it does good aesthetic. I will be honest about that. Like, it's got a good eerie vibe, but there's some issues of it, like the power, how easy it could be. I do like the boss that if someone goes down, it captures them, and people have to kill them, but unfortunately that's dumbed down by public lobbies. Because if you play in a public lobby, no one's going to save you. Because if you go down, the rest of the people are going to just follow afterwards. Which is a bit of an issue, but that's just how it is. But I think that's supposed to all belongs there. Next up is Cod Zombie. It suffers from the same issues that all the Black Ops 3 maps suffer. Is that they're easy. They're not as easy as like Cold War or something like that, but they have easy strategies. I will put it in near perfect, I think, but behind a giant. Before you say, oh, why it's good, I hate the Easter egg and go on. I've never done it because every time I think to, I keep getting scared that I'm gonna fail the insta kill step. An Easter egg shouldn't insta kill you. Oh, you didn't hit the right bomb because we flashed the sequence of lights really fast, so you couldn't even keep up. Or someone in your public lobby hit one of the bombs if it's a 1-1, so the game's over. Which I just don't like. So, I think that's bad. I think it's too easy because if you go to pack a punch, like the very top floor where the dragon drops shot, then it's way too easy. You can't move the Ray Gun Mark 3s and you got a high round, like 70 to 80, which is what I think I got. Because you're ever gonna slow zombies down and create a black hole. And Black Ops 3 suffers from an issue that it suffers from the same thing BO2 does, I think, where if someone's down and they don't have the wonder weapon, someone else could get it and you could revive the person with the wonder weapon in a specific way. So suddenly 2 people have Ray Gun Mark 3s. Simple as. So it's a bit easy. I'd have Zombie Chronicles there as well, I just want to make sure. BO3 Revelations, the walk step is obviously annoying. And the map is super easy. I'm going to put it into good, I think, because it's not a perfect map. I know people will hate me for not saying this, but it's just not. Get a thunder gun, a black hole gun, whatever the other weapons are in the map, and you're sorted. It's a good collection of maps, but it should have taken part of more maps. You have a little bit of Mob in there, a little bit of Origins, which Origins section sucks in Revelations, I think. I don't remember ever going back after I've opened it. Got a little bit of Shangri-La, you know, it's a good sort of collage map. It just felt a bit early, I think, especially with the Eisendrach portion of it, where you go all one and get to perk. You've got a little bit of Kino as well. It's just a very easy map. It's a good way to end Black Ops 3, but I don't think it's near perfect. I think it's just good, and that's where I'm going to leave it. BO3 Nocturne Totem. Well, it's obviously going above the regular Nocturne Totem because it's BO3. You can get every perk. There's not many glitches in it, if there's any. I'm going to put it above Revelations because, simply put, it's just above it. Like, it's obviously above all the BO1 and World of War versions of the maps because it's the BO3 version. You have every perk as such. And I don't know what else I could say about Noct in BO3. You do get a worse sniper from the closet, but that's just how it is. So I think you can get the thunder gun in it and all that, which is quite good. Now let's see, oh yeah, BO3 Noct. I know my bummer has rounders in it, probably mid-30s. Obviously World of War Shinonuma, I'm actually going to put in could be better behind Noct because of the infinite damage glitch. And I'm actually putting World of War Shinonuma behind Transit. Just because there's a glitch that lets you get to infinite rounds doesn't mean it's good. No matter what people say. I'm even thinking of putting it in worst maps. Because of the infinite damage glitch. But I won't because I'm not a psychopath. Next up, BO3 Chronicles Vukt. I mean, it's the same logic as Nocturne and Totem. It's a more fun map than Nocturne, in my opinion. And still, I think it is still my favourite World of War map, even in Black Ops 3. You get every perk in that, so it goes up just for that alone. You could do the whole old school strap and BO1 where you can use traps to keep surviving. But you can also pack a punch on the map as well and get your turn in that through gobblegums. So I think it's there. That's how I think it should be. Next up, Shino. I'm gonna put behind Vukt. I do like the sort of dark Japanese swamps with the traps and that. I'm just not a complete fanboy for Shino. I do think Shino's better than that. Actually, now to think about it, yeah, my highest round on Black Ops 1 Shino number was like mid-50s because it was like a strategy I did where I can't buy one of the perks. And I did that in BO3 as well and got the same result. Yeah. But Shino is good. You know, can't say more or less about it, but we talked about it in detail. It's just the same argument as why World of War and BO1 Shino. Actually, I rank BO1 Shino. Well, if I did, you guys will know what BO1 Shino is anyways. But yeah, what else can I say about it? You can get every perk, so it makes it a little bit easier. But now I'm ranking Kino for the first time. People love to put Kino on a pedestal. And that is the nostalgia. You think Call of Duty, you think Kino the Totem. That's just what you think. You think of the abandoned German theatre filled with zombies. It's got a nice creepy atmosphere. And there's still rumors to this day of things you could do in the map. Like there used to be the whole old school room in BO1 where you could climb the ladders in the actual theatre bit behind the projector and you could get to the roof. I'm going to put it in near perfect. I'm going to put it above Go-On. I would rather play Kino than Go-On. I would rather play it than the Giant. I'd rather play it than the Eisendrache. Will I play it more than Nuketown? I have played it more than Nuketown, but if I was to boot up the game... Well, if it was to boot up BO2, yeah, I would say I would play Kino. Obviously, it's a BO3 version. That's what I do. I would, if I was to play Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 3, like if I was to pick Kino over Nuketown, I would pick Kino. I don't think it's perfect. It was a great map to start BO1 on. But again, nostalgia is a big factor in that, and the fact that it is going to be, and the fact that it's a game that came with the map as well as 5. So obviously people were going to love it. I don't think it's perfect though. But next up we'll go, oh yeah, well, 67 I think was my highest round in it. BO3 Ascension. People love it. And I love Ascension as well. My highest round is 80 something, I think. It's above Go-On. It's above the Giant. It's above the Eisendrache. But that's as far as I'm putting it. Not because I would rather play Nuketown over it. It's just I think Nuketown's more of a challenge than BO3 Ascension. Plus BO3 Ascension can be broken if you get Perkaholic. You get Perkaholic and be smart with the doors. Monkeys can only go out to like 2 perks. So if you have a 4-player game, you're sorted. You know, everyone gets Perkaholic, so they have all the perks. You can open up the Pack-a-Punch, but you don't have to. You can use the Gobblegum to Pack-a-Punch your guns. So it's just a bit on the easy side in BO3's version. So I think it goes there. Next up, ooh, BO3 Shangri-La. I actually haven't played that much Shangri-La on BO3. Because BO3 there's tons of other maps I'd rather play. So I don't know where to put this. I don't like him more than Verwerkt. Do I like him more than Shino? Not really. Do I think it's better than Noct? I kind of do, but I think it's ahead of... Well, no. I think Noct is better. But I don't think it's better than Revelations. Maybe there-ish. I'm going to put it behind BO2 Origins, I think. That's kind of why I feel like it should go. It's a tough one because when I beat up BO3, because I have it on PC now as well, there's that many maps in Chronicles and DLC alone. If you beat up BO3, you're rarely in the mood to play Shangri-La. They'll hit you occasionally, be like, oh yeah, I'm going to play Shangri-La, but then once you play it, like one game is enough for you, and you stop playing it for a couple of years. So I think it should be in good. Because I really do play it. I have played it. I don't have my house around it. It's not higher than 30 though, because I keep getting bored of Shangri-La and BO3. Next up is Moon. Well, Zombie Chronicles Moon, so it's obviously up above the original Moon. There's nothing could be better, that's for sure. I'm going to put it near perfect, behind Gerward. There's a couple issues that I have with it. Do I think it's better than Giant? No, not really. Do I think it's better than Gerward? Yeah. Mostly for the challenge. Yeah. That seems right. Obviously, I will change some of these rankings later in the list if I do just change of opinion, or I might change them into like during the video as well. I think that's all where it belongs. Although honestly, I really love BO1 Moon. In fact, maybe I should put it higher. I'm actually gonna put it higher. Do I like it over the original Noct? Well, it has more perks. It has a Pack-a-Punch. I'll put it above Shangri-La because it came after Shangri-La and I like BO1 Moon better. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I think that works. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where it should go. That makes sense to me. But BO3 Moon, you can get these like done by round 5 to 10-ish, I want to say. I don't know. I've done Moon's Easter egg once, but I was not the one that studied the steps, so I don't remember it by heart. If it was someone else doing the steps, all I did was what Simon says, because I had the best memory of the team. And obviously, does it time you at the beginning? Like when you're at Area 51, does it give you a timer? So that was always a fun bit, just trying to survive at the beginning for as long as you can. BO3's version obviously makes that a bit easier with what you can get. But it's something that, you know, like BO3 Moon is good. Well, near perfect. It fixes a lot of issues with the original. Like if you do go down, you could get your perks back easily. Whereas in BO1 Moon, if you die or go down, you're probably not going to recover. So that's where I sort of think it belongs. And so my highest round, mid-30s. I've never gone above round 40 on Moon in general because Moon is a map similar to Shangri-La for me where I had to be in the mood to play it. And I'm really in the mood to play Moon. Usually I only play it if someone else that I'm playing with wants to play it. I never think in solo, hey, I want to play Moon. Next up is Origins. Well, obviously, BO3 Origins fixes the issues of BO1. Because you don't have to worry about the Panzer, it's easier to get the staffs. If I don't put it in perfect, people are going to hate me, but I don't think it's perfect. Because it's still Origins. The mud is annoying, but, obviously, I've said for Transit, any issues you can fix. That same argument works for Origins. So if I'm going to put Origins in near perfect, I need to raise Transit into near perfect. It's a tricky one. I'm going to put it behind Shadows. Because if I'm on BO3 with some friends, I'll be like, yeah, let's play Shadows of Evil. If one of them says, let's play Origins, I'm going to be like, well, you gotta be good. Unfortunately, in my experience, everyone I played Origins with isn't good. Usually I go down because I'm reviving them. And I just risk it, and then after, I usually revive by the skin of my teeth, and then I die because I'm in widescreen. And they can never recover. They have the points to recover, but they'll die pretty much instantly again. So I think it goes into perfect, but behind Shadows. Yeah, that's just sort of how it is to me. I think it goes there. As for my highest round, 32, I think. Again, because I'm usually too busy reviving teammates in it. Oh, Zombies is based on. Now we're talking about IW. First off, let's just rank World of War East. I'm gonna put it in. Actually, no, it goes above. Where's World of War worked? I was in, haven't played. Derice goes here at the top. It could better because obviously other versions of Derice fix issues. So I can't say that it's bad because it's not bad. It innovated a lot, introduced the Pack-a-Punch, and it came at the end of World of War's life cycle. I can't hate it. But now we're talking about Infinite Warfare, which I think Infinite Warfare is underrated, and something that bothers me is that apparently Advanced Warfare 2 is coming out. And people say Zombies coming back in that, which I'll get to later, but Advanced Warfare Zombies suck. They're just bad in general. Boring maps, boring characters, just boring in general for Advanced Warfare. But now we can talk into some good stuff, because honestly, Infinite Warfare Zombies should get a sequel. It needs one. Advanced Warfare doesn't need one. Advanced Warfare needs something else, but it doesn't need a sequel. For Zombies in Spaceland, I am going to put Imperfect above Zombie Chronicles Origins. The amount of detail to win this Spaceland, which is a little bit annoying, but there's so many different ways to get tickets through the arcade, through the challenges, through using the traps, which are all unique and diverse in their own way. Heck, you can go on a roller coaster and shoot clowns. You can't hate a map like that. I think it's above Origins because I would rather play Spaceland over Origins, or I played over Shadows, maybe. And obviously I'm going to consider, I'm factoring in the, what's it called? The Director's Cut as well. Because if you do all the Easter eggs in Infinite Warfare, you can start a game with an optional 25,000 points and all your perks, which is fun. It's a good way to start game ready for high rounds and such. My highest round on Spaceland is 72, I think. I don't have actual proof of it, and I don't remember exactly. It might not even be 72, it might be like 60 or something. But Spaceland is good fun. Also, Infinite Warfare needs a thing. It needs a sequel. Like, you can play this David Hasselhoff in the map. Like, come on. Although I just realised Infinite Warfare is spelled wrong. And that bothers me. But next up, Raven Redwoods. Oh, a tough one. I'm putting it above Origins. For the BO3 version. For similar reasons, because I'd rather play it, but I do love the whole slasher feel of it. The crossbows are fun. It's a little bit easy with the owl crossbow and that, because you can make it rain basically. So that's where we'd go. I would say just behind Spaceland, but there's some other stuff like you have the zombie Spain you throw knives at to get points. You have Kevin Smith as a bonus playable character. I like the Easter egg as well. It's good fun. It's a little bit easier Spaceland, I think. I don't remember. Spaceland of Waves Easter eggs are pretty straightforward. Infinite Warfare start off with two really simple Easter eggs, but good Easter eggs. But I think Raven of Edwards is perfect. I don't think it's above Spaceland though. It's my highest round. It is definitely 70 to 80. Because you can camp on the island where packer punches on the staircase and you can just use a crossbow for a while. Shaolin Shuffle. I'm going to put it in good. You guys thought I was going to be an Infinite Warfare fanboy? I am, but when I play Infinite Warfare, I rarely touch Shaolin Shuffle. I had no idea who Pam Grier was until like last month, and I don't remember who she is now, but she's kind of cool. And there's some cool stuff in the map, like you can buy a katana and just start slicing zombies up with it, and shoot a projectile and pack a punch. You have the nunchucks as well, which is quite fun. You have different kung fu styles, from one being able to summon a barrier to kill zombies around you, to another one which causes glitches, another that does a slam. And the final one, my favourite, the snake one, you could call a skeleton. It's basically a turn zombie from BO3. Plus a lot of features people love in BO3 were from Infinite Warfare. And I do like the maps in Infinite Warfare, they're great. But that's where I'll put it. My highest round is definitely my highest round on Infinite Warfare at 70 to 80-ish, because you can camp where the projector is and just use the sword and nunchucks. Like the only worrying rounds is the roller skate round. That's kind of it. Next is Attack of the Radioactive Thing. People don't like it for some reason. I'm quite a fan of it. I'd even go as far as to say it's here. I like the whole sort of, like it's sort of old school horror being black and white. You have Elvira and Willard Wyler having a banter between each other. I don't like the Easter egg. The Easter egg can go and fuck off, basically. Like it might as well. The Easter egg might not as well exist, especially the final boss. Because it's just stupid. Like I spent so many attempts trying to do Radioactive Things Easter eggs, and then I did get them done like a couple months ago. I did get it done, but I had to have people carry me through the boss fight. Entering the code inside the boss as well is annoying in multiplayer. Radioactive Things Easter egg is terrible, but I think it's better than Shaolin's. I don't like Shaolin's Easter egg, not by any stretch of the means. It's just not memorable, but if Attack of the Radioactive Thing had a better Easter egg, it would probably be imperfect, but it's not. That's my highest round is 62, I think. I don't remember the exact strategy, but the strategy was you could not open a bridge in the middle. Like the bridge is up top of one of the cannons, you could just not open it and you have a good camping spot. But that's where we'll go. And between it and Shaolin, I would rather play Attack of the Radioactive Thing. It does start off in black and white, but if you have Director's Cut, you get rid of that instantly. So, it's not exactly a criteria. Beast from Beyond. It goes there. If I build up Infinite Warfare, I'm never thinking to do Beast from Beyond. Never thinking to play it for the Easter egg, never thinking to play it for the high round. It kind of does what Origins does. It takes everything from... You know what? Should I move? Die-wise, BO2 farm. Yeah, let's actually do this. Although I don't think transit's bad. Let's go in now. I do believe it could be better. In fact, the BO1 versions can go there as well, I think. Yeah, because they could be better and they do get better. BO1 Moon could also go there. So there's basically just in the order they released, actually. And I've been reminded that someone's online. Great. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll do that. Could be better for these maps, and bad as this and worse maps. Bus depot can go there, farm can go there. Die-wise makes sense to me. And based on Beyond, it does have things from all the other maps, and you do access an actual theatre area. But after round 30, the map just becomes annoying. You get all of the special enemies, you get clowns, you get roller skaters, you don't get the Bigfoot, which is surprising. They're not there, I don't think. If they are, they really appear. You end up with the slasher, so you can't really camp easily. There is a good camping spot. But when the slasher shows up, you might as well give up. And I think he shows up after round 30-ish, if not 40-ish. Plus, the round 1 on Beast from Beyond is just terrible. My highest round in it is 49, but at the very start of the game, even with Director's Cut, it's an annoying map. So I do think it goes into the worst maps in history. And that's just what I'm going to do. And next up, World War II. I can't rank World War II just yet. So we're going to go straight to BO4. People hate BO4. But why? Like, I think BO4 gets hated for no reason. Let's actually get BO1 Kyoto Totem first. And we'll go into could be better, I think. Above transit, I believe. Yeah, because Kino's still a classic gem. To this day, it's just, it has to be and could be better because obviously it gets better. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, let's start with Voyage of Despair. What is my highest round there? 30 something. I have done the Easter egg on it, but I don't like the Easter egg. I'm going to put in good. Do I think it's better than town? I think it's behind town, but I think it's ahead of Zestubo. Yeah. That seems fine to me because people hate BO4. I can see why they hate some of the maps because the maps really aren't zombies, and that's true. It's the same thing with how I ranked Extinction. Like, there's more enemies that just aren't zombies compared to the zombies. The Easter egg is alright. The ending was kinda cool, but it didn't really hint at anything. It never led to anything. Being based on Titanic is pretty cool. The cannon gun is great, but unfortunately it's held back a bit by multiplayer. Because there's basically 4 different one areas on all 4 different segments of the ship. But you have to take a long trek to revive someone. And you're probably not going to make it to them. And I don't like the axe enemies, that's just how it's going to be. I'm just going to have it there. IX. Right. People say it's the best map BO4. Do I think it's the best? Maybe. I do actually think it's the best of BO4. But it has some main issues. Let me tell you a story about this. I played this map so many times. I don't remember how many times at this point, but let's talk about my highest round on it. My highest round was in solo and in my second ever game of IX. Bear in mind, the only map I played before it was Voyage. So I played Voyage, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Then went to play IX. I played IX, was like, oh, okay. I was able to unlock Pack-a-Punch in that without any guys in that, which I'm proud of. But then my second ever game, I got to round 59 by winning the start area. It's a bit on the easy side. It's kind of like, it's a bit like Town. It actually is just an easier version of Town, thinking about it. So I'm going to put it behind Town. Because it's super easy. Like, you get the Scorpion gun and Pack-a-Punch some good weapons. You can make it to whatever round you want. And there is an overabundance of the axe chuckers and tigers in that. I do like some of the stuff like complete challenges to get your extra perk, and you have the setting the dead corpse on fire, which is quite good. So that's just what I'm going to put. That's just where I'm going to put it, because I like IX, but it is my highest round on BO4, and it is a bit easy, unfortunately. Oh, Blow to Dead. Well, I see you guys are thinking I'm going to put it up here because the remake of Mob. No, it's not. It's bad. It's a bad way to remake the best map of all time. They could have just upscaled the regular Mob of the Dead and just made this. And they could have just made that again. It has a sad Easter egg ending, which is true. But it's just bad. I hate the catwalk segment after the beginning. It's easy to get through nowadays, but back then it was annoying. The different versions of Blundergat are okay, but it's not as fun as the original. It's not as creepy. And you do remake up Maluka's Where Are We Going? Which didn't talk about the Easter egg songs, which Where Are We Going is my absolute favourite. Because it's set up in a way that makes you wonder how long you're going to keep fighting. But Below to Dead is nowhere close to Mob, and it's a bad remake. If you're going to remake Mob of the Dead, remake Mob of the Dead. Simple as. But that's where it's going. It's in bad. For good reason. Dead of the Night. It's not zombies. Before you guys say it has zombies in it, it's zombies. After round 30, it's basically vampires and werewolves, so I'm going to put it there. I've never done the Easter egg on it. My highest round is like round 30 something, I think. I don't remember my highest round on it. I just camped in a Fane in the greenhouse. But it's not zombies after round 30. It's just something, it's just, vampires, werewolves, which is a cool thing. But they took the classic zombies in a abandoned mansion setting, and they made it bad. They just had to copy Resident Evil and have some really cool puzzles in that, but they didn't. They just decided, hey, vampires are zombies. The thing with Dead and I is that if there were less vampires and werewolves, if it was a warfare map, it would probably be imperfect. It's a map that you think the city would be in Infinite Warfare, but it's not a zombies map, just in general. Oh, great. Classified. Boop. You can't do the Easter egg because the game keeps crashing. Moving on. Ancient Evil. Putting above Voyage, but behind IX. Actually, it goes above IX. It's more difficult, but it's not as good as Town. Nowhere close. In fact, I might actually move Town into near perfect. Actually, Shaolin Shop's ahead of Town. That doesn't work. One sec then. Shaolin's not. Well, the Shaolin's Bad and Buried. Nah. Although I think Beta's ahead of Revelations, even with the glitches. Although it's ahead of Noct as well. Yeah, you know what? Put Buried in for... I put Buried in second of good. I still stand by the glitches. Making it super easy, but obviously that's talking from someone that knows the glitches. If you don't consider glitches, yeah, the map, is there. It's just good, only a perfect even, but I just, I know the glitches, so that's why Buried is in good for me. What am I doing? Oh yeah, class are fine. It's fine enough. They both the Winter's Howl. My highest round is 50 something, but you can't. Well, actually, it's not. My highest round is 37. Cause guess what? I played the PlayStation version, the PS4 version. Obviously, yes, it's the PS4 version. That's the main issue. But I'm not getting BO4 on PC unless they patch it so that you can actually do classified Easter egg. And the issue with this Easter egg is the only Easter egg that requires you to survive. It's the one that says, oh, get to round 115, and there you go. You get an Easter egg ending. Which makes sense. But they need to lower it, or fix the crashes. That's just where it is. It's called... Okay, regular Call of the Dead is here. I can see it there. But yeah. BO4 classified just goes there. Alpha Omega suffers from the same issues that Blood of the Dead suffers from. Where is Blood of the Dead? Where is Blood of the Dead? Oh god, I have to find Blood of the Dead again. And let's say Alpha Omega down here for now so I can find where Blood is. Oh, Blood is even bad. No, I think it should be and could be better. I will put it... there. It could be better. And that's simply how it is. It's not how you should have remade Nuketown Zombies. You should have just made Nuketown Zombies. Simple as. Wait, is Nuketown not there? No, Nuketown is. I just couldn't notice. Yeah, Alpha Omega is just going to be and could be better. You do have the other versions of Wagon Mark II, which, sure, kind of cool. It did introduce Blood Wolf Bite. Like when it came out, Blood Wolf Bite was introduced and it was OP and bullion. And it's still bullion to this day, but if I boot up BO4, I'm not really going to play Alpha Omega. Granted, I really boot up BO4 anymore, to be honest. Next up is Tag. Now, I haven't ranked the original Call of the Dead yet, because it's further on down. But the regular Call of the Dead is going to be above it. That's for sure. I'm going to put it in could be better above Alpha Omega. Take Call of the Dead. It basically just stole the layout. That was kind of it. It ended the zombie storyline, but a bit of a lackluster way. My highest round is 50 something. Don't even remember what the strategy was, but unfortunately the game could crash when you throw some Alpha Bomb in that. I know they said they patched it, but they didn't. It just suffered from a bit of a lackluster release. It should have been a Great War map, which I do agree with. It should just be a Great War map. No way it shouldn't be. But obviously I can see why they took Tag to Tone, because they're trying to end it on a map that had the granddaddy of all zombies in it. But it took stuff from the original. Took stuff from the original Call of the Dead and didn't add much else. It gave you an extra area, sure, but that doesn't feel like much. But enough of that. We'll now go with Cold War. Oof. You guys can tell by now I like difficult maps. What do I think of Die Machine? Guess what? Every map I played on Cold War, I have around 50 on. I didn't have to try. So I'm going to put Die Machine behind Go Wad. I'm tempted to put it into good. For multiple reasons. You have the 4 different versions of the Wonder Weapon, which are all overpowered, but 2 specifically. Toxic version and the Lightning version. Get those with Ring of Fire, you're set, you are making it to around 100. It's just, Cold War's maps are probably just going to be near perfect, probably at the bottom of near perfect because they're that easy. I do like the Easter egg, which is, Easter egg is great. But other than that, I can't say much about Cold War's maps because it's super easy. People can have trouble on Cold War, but I don't know how people can manage that. So that's just where it is. Firebase Z. I'm gonna put it above Die Machine because it's a little bit more difficult. But a tiny bit. The strategy is the same. Get the Wonder Weapon, use the alternate firing mode in the office above Jug with Ring of Fire, and you're going to make it to whatever round you want. The Easter egg is a bit easier, I think, on Firebase Z. It's tricky to remember for me because I did the Easter egg months ago. Like, I've done every Easter egg on Cold War. But it's fine, the boss fight at the very end is super easy, especially if you get a chopper gunner. So it just suffers from the same thing. It just suffers from Cold War being easy. That's the issue. And that's just what I'm going to have it. For my highest round, it was 57 or something. I can't say what my highest round is on all of Cold War specifically. Outbreak. I think it goes above Go Wad. You see, the whole thing is that it's 6 maps at once, but now I'm going to based on that. And when I'm going to based on how fun it is, it's still easy. Don't get me wrong, it is easy once you get set up, especially if you get Die Machine's Wonder Weapon. As for the Easter eggs, there's 2 of them. One I hate more than the other. I like the second Easter egg where you go to Sanatorium and have to do an exfil. I like that one, but I don't like the first one with the giant boss. Because the giant boss is just mean. I don't like him. As my highest round is, I'm not sure. Because every round is basically 3 or 10. So I have to guess, like it would be 10 and afterwards. So technically around 100 and something. That's kind of it. But Outbreak is a good experience on Cold War. It's just fun. Mauder Toden. Behind Die Machine of Firebase Z. It's probably the most difficult of the maps, and it gets that for me, but I don't like the Easter egg, specifically the boss fight, but I don't like the Easter egg on Mauder Toden in general. But it's obviously just very easy. You have 3 different parts of the main road which people can run in. One person can hide upstairs next to the Wonder Fizz. And there you go. You have a high round strat. And the Wonder Olymp is quite powerful, but I would rather play Firebase and Die Machine over Mauder Toden. Which is weird to hear me saying, but to me it makes sense. Why is BO15 next? Well, BO15 is ahead of BO4 classified. It's ahead of these, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it belongs. It could be better. It has to be above Shangri-La. I'll put it in good. The BO3 version obviously fixes it. Actually, wait, BO3 doesn't fix it. Because it's not in BO3. Oh, well, it's good. BO15 is good. It has a Winter's Howl, obviously, which is an issue. But it's better than Classified. As for absolute certain. Next up is Forsaken. It's going above Mao, but only because of the Easter egg. When the map first came out, it was around Halloween, so obviously they had the whole pumpkins in that, which made it super easy. The actors in Wonder Whip is quite fun. But there was a glitch when it came out, where you could start on the edge of the bridge, zombies can't hit you, it's only just the abomination. They can hit you and you can kill it in seconds, so goes behind Die Machine because it's a bit easier than Die Machine, I think. Not by much, but it's a little bit easier. I don't know about that. Let's see. Nope. Ew. 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 BO1 Ascension. Well, it's obviously behind BO3's Ascension. Where is BO3's Ascension? It's, I'm going to put BO1 Ascension in good, I think. I think it deserves to be above Ancient Evil. I do like playing in more Revelations and not. But that's as far as it can go. Obviously, it was innovative. Introduced PhD, Flopper, and Stamina. I think it introduced Stamina. It's just great. You know, it was a fun map, and PhD was fun, and BO1, I wish the Dolphin Dive would come back. So we could have strategies like that again. Next up is let's go with Shangri-La first. BO1, Shangri-La is bad. We can all agree this, I'm sure. The BO3 version is leagues better. But I'll put it above World of Warcraft. But if I beat a BO1, I'm not playing Shangri-La. I would play anything else. Call of the Dead was obviously above Tag. Where is Tag? Tag could be better. I'm going to put Call of the Dead here, but let's swap some stuff about. Do I think I like it more than Nuketown? You know, I'm very imperfect. But I might also put Nuketown in perfect. Although it feels right to have Nuketown in near perfect because of the randomized perk system, so I'll leave it there. I think it's better than Origins in general, that's for sure. Do I think? Yeah, I think the OG Call of the Dead is the third best map of all time. There are issues with it. I've talked about glitches in this video, and this map is full of them. And that is true. There's the lighthouse glitch where if you don't open a bomb door of the lighthouse, you could stand very peculiarly on the side of the staircase and zombies can't hit you. You have a knife lunge to basically get anywhere on the map, but you can go on a cargo container and zombies can't hit you. But it embraces what zombies is as a whole. Zombies doesn't need to be this whole huge overarching story. It doesn't need to take itself super seriously. Because in the end, it's literally just you versus the Horde. It's you, guns, and a ton of zombies, and it embraces that, especially in the Easter egg zone. And the cast as well. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Michael Worker, Danny Trejo. Oh, who was the fourth one? Sarah Michelle Gellar, Michael Worker, Danny Trejo. I'm gonna have to search up Call of the Dead cast. I can't remember the last one. Bob England. How did I forget that? And you have Michael Rooker as well. Which is just fantastic and badass characters, and honestly Tag should embrace what Call of the Dead did. But you got George being a giant sledgehammer at you, like a giant spotlight, which is great. And I don't know why Tag couldn't just... Well, I understand why Tag isn't a remake of Call of the Dead because there's obviously copyright. George Romero was dead by the time Todd came out, so it was difficult to get his consent, especially with the other actors. Chances are they would have to replace the cast regardless. But BO1 Call of the Dead is fantastic. Even with his glitches. You can play it without glitches, obviously, and introduce Deadshot, which is it's a perk people love and hate at the same time. But I would put it there. I would have it as the third best zombies map, maybe even second. Because it's still a blast to play to this day, but I'll leave it in third. And next up we have the Sledgehammer maps. By the looks of it, I think. Yep, so. Can I... There you go. I'm going to change the color of this. It's going to be pure black. And it's just Sledgehammer. I'm going to change the color of it though. I want to give it a good color though. Boop, 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 boop. I'm not saying anything about these maps. I'm not even ranking them in order because Sledgehammer hasn't made a good zombies map. And before you say they made that machine, Treyarch took over. Like, if any employees from Activision are hearing this, Sledgehammer hasn't made a good zombies map. Stop having them make zombies. They clearly don't know what they're doing. Like, seriously. I'm not ranking them in order. I did play the original Advanced Warfare map, Outbreak, I think, and I did play Infection. But other than that, I didn't play any other ones. Vanguard, I only gave Durand Fan a shot. Because, come on, who's taking Vanguard seriously anymore? Terra Maledicta, I know what Terra Maledicta is. I haven't played it, but I know they just took another map. They took the second DLC, the Archon, and made it round-based, which is stupid. The Shino Numa version has an Easter egg, but I don't care. I'm not the biggest Shino Numa fan. And then for World War II, I played the Final Reich and the Darkest Shore. Final Reich was not fun to play. I did the Easter egg of it. I got a high round it. I can't remember what it was. It was like 39, 40. One of those two. It's not fun. World War II was never fun. Anyone that says it's fun, it's just delusional. In fact, let's give this a date, like a thing. Let's add a dash. Call it just no. Sledgehammer, just no. And that's how it will go. Sledgehammer hasn't made a good zombies map. Infection locks you out after round 30, which I've done before. But it's just not fun. They're boring to look at. They do a celebrity cast, but Call of the Dead did it way better. All I remember is that you had one of the characters from Star Trek. Can't remember which one, because I don't watch Star Trek. I just never had a chance to, and I probably never will. But Sledgehammer is doing a really good zombies map. And honestly, these are all tied. Like, they're just all tied in general. In fact, let's see. Yeah, move. I haven't played it up a bit. This is not zombies. So, I'll just sort of scroll through all these real quick. Obviously, Sledgehammer, just no. Any map Sledgehammer's made is bad. Surprisingly, the best survival mode they made was the one in Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, they made people with guns better than they can make zombies with guns. But for not zombies, Dead of the Night is more vampires, werewolves, than zombies. That's why it's there. If I did consider it a zombies map, it would probably be in maybe bad or could be better. But Extinction is a zombies. It's not. Don't try to say it is, because it's not. It's a bad Left 4 Dead clone. But it worked. I don't remember if I did play it or not. I probably have, but the BO1 version exists, so it's probably just been bad. For worst maps in COD history, we have got Beast from Beyond, Die Rise, Farm, Bus Depot, and Classified. And honestly, I'm tempted to give Classified its own tier list, but I'm not going to. But I do have the world of war maps other than Verrückt. Wait, is World of Verrückt here? Never mind. The thing is that, well, we have the World of War Deweese, Shino Numa, Nocturne Turn, BO1 Shangri-La, and Blood of the Dead. With Blood of the Dead being in last. I do like Noct, but the BO1 version is better, and so is the BO3 version. And while it's the first ever map to be created, that doesn't save from the fact that on World of War, Nocturne Turner was just bad. Okay? If you guys are going for a hissy fit, then don't. Because it gets ranked higher anyways. Noct gets 3 separate rankings. But let me just check. Yeah, this works. And maybe I should read these from last to first. Now I'll just read them from top to bottom basically, so it could be better. BO1 main, mostly because it could be better and it gets better in BO3. Then BO1 Kino, same reasoning. It could be better, it gets better. BO4 Tag is there because the original Call of Duty was brilliant and Tag had to ruin it. And I would put it in bad, but the things that Tag could have had a chance to be better. Alpha Omega is the same reasoning. It could have been a good Nuketown remake, but it just took Nuketown and just made it bigger. It didn't change it that much. And it could have been better. Then BO2 Transit is in 5th for could be better, because Transit does have issues, but if you ignore those issues and just use them and play the game and stop bitching every time you die to lava or denizens or something, then there's issues that can be fixed, and if they are fixed, then it could be better. BO1 Deweese, same reason as the other BO1 maps, it could be better, it gets better. Same with the BO1 Shino, Noct, and Verrückt. They are there because they could be better and they get better. But next up is in good. We've got Town from BO2 because Town is pretty good. Then Buried is good, you know. Then, yeah, I will change ranks if I see it fit to. So I'll move Zombie Chronicles Verrückt to 3rd because it is pretty good. And I don't think Shannon's ahead of it. I don't think Shannon's ahead of it either. I don't think Ascension's ahead of it. I think, so do this. Yeah. So for good, BO2 Town is in 1st, Berry's 2nd, Chronicles of Verrückt is in 3rd, then Chronicles Shino is 4th, the original Ascension, BO1's version, is 5th, Shaolin Shuffle is 6th for Infinite Warfare, 7th is Chronicles Noct, 8th is Revelations from BO3, 9th is Ancient Hero from BO4, 10th is IX, 11th is Voyage. I should... Yeah, I'll do this. I'm not going to beat them in all. I'm going to move Zestabo ahead of Ancient Evil though, and probably ahead of Revelations. Actually, yeah, how's Zestabo there? And then BO2 Origins is there, which I could move it to could be better. because it does get better in BO3. But it's still good in the original. Then 5 and Shangri-La from BO3. In Near Perfect, do I think... Actually, I might move Outbreak down, but I think it's ahead of Go On. Yeah, in Near Perfect we have Nuketown from BO2, Chronicles Kino, then Ascension from Chronicles, then the Eisendrach, then the Giant, then Moon from Chronicles, then Outbreak, followed by Gerward, then Attack of the Radioactive Flame from Infinite Warfare, then Firebase Z, then Die Machine, then Forsaken, and then Ma. And then in Perfect, we have Mob of the Dead in absolute first, followed by Shadows, Call of the Dead, Infinite Warfare, Zombies in Spaceland, then Raven of Redwoods, then Origins. So in last place, I guess I have Duran Farm. Though really it should be Terra Maledicta. Or Darkest Shore. Although these are all tied anyways. So let's add that actually. There you go. So if we're seeing the very last map, like my very last place is classified, and my favourite map of all time is Mob of the Dead. But if we did consider Sledgehammer just no tied, then every Sledgehammer map is the worst in history, with Mob of the Dead being the first. Wow, 1 hour 42 minutes on this video, jeez. That's a tier list that makes sense to me the most. Obviously people will disagree, but that's what an opinion is called. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video, and hopefully Mr. T-Lexify will actually react to this. That'd be funny. See you guys then now.